tonight. I want you to get something to write on and something to write with. We're going to be talking about the 3 S's to success, the 3 S's to success breakthrough formula. So we're going to give you some things. Again, my friend, this is going to really help you. It's going to empower you. And just so you know, as Dr. Breakthrough, I always tell people, I always have to give a disclaimer. As Dr. Breakthrough, I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides a breakthrough they desire and deserve. And a breakthrough, it's exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. And folks, I don't know about anybody else, but I know my purpose in life. And my purpose is to ignite and reignite a passion in people for business, for life, for love, and for the Lord. And so we do that unashamedly, my friend, because we believe in what we're doing and we believe in you, my friend. So whoever invited you on here, listen, they care about you. And I'm so glad that you're here. So if you get something to write on, something to write with, first, let me give you my definition for a formula, because I'm going to give you, again, 3 S's to success. Because by the way, don't you want to succeed? Don't you want to be and by the way, don't you want to be successful in life and in business? Well, of course you do. That's why you're here. That's why you're investing your time. So I'm going to give you just 3 simple S's. And again, this is part of my breakthrough formula. And so let me break down to you what a formula is, because when you understand this, it's going to change the game. So a formula is something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in. Oh my goodness, let me say it again. See, if you get this, because see, you'll be tempted to say, oh, well, you know, I'm not like James Lewis, who, by the way, only way he could become diamond in 48 hours, obviously he had a pretty big network, and he had been part of Stephen Scott with another company that had something was literally a game changer, but 10 times inferior to what we have. So this is like 10 times beyond that. But so you know, you don't want to see people say, well, it's because he's James, it's because that's no. It's because of a formula. See, when you understand formulas, a formula is something that works every time. Come on, write it down. A formula is something that works every time in every situation by everyone that works it. See, that takes out the personality, because some people, I was talking to a person the other day and I was like, man, yeah, I was telling them about some of the success. They said, yeah, but you're Dr. Breakthrough. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, if you get mentored by me, then you could have the same success, but don't discount by saying, well, it's because I'm Dr. Breakthrough. By the way, don't forget this. I always teach this. If you believe like I believe, and if you do like I do, what happens for me can happen for you, but because I'm not the standard, it can happen even better for you. And that's my desire. And that's my prayer. And that's why I train. And that's why I teach. And that's why I've written books, you know, like How to Build a Big Team Fast, where I've taken a lot of the things that I've learned and put it in a simple book form where people can get that. By the way, the website is just howtobuildabigteamfast.com. Hint, hint, success leaves clues. Okay. Anyway, so formula. Again, a formula is something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in. So if I was going to unmute the line and call on somebody, surely you could give me that definition of a formula, because I want to make sure you're with me. So I'm going to give it to you one more time, because I'm going to call on somebody. So make sure you got it just in case. All right. Now, I'm not going to, if you're a guest, I'm not going to call on you, but if you're somebody I know, I may call on you. So make sure you have it. So one more time, in a nutshell, formula, three things. Number one is something works every time by everyone that works it in every situation that they work it in. That is called a formula. So my friend, therefore, if you don't have the quote unquote personality, if you don't have all the degrees, and if you don't know how to totally promulgate your esoteric cogitations and articulate your superficial sentimentalities with amicable and philosophical, psychological, if you don't know all that stuff, don't worry about it, because if you got a formula is something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation they work it in. So real quick, come on out here, and Marianne, I'm going to call on you if you don't mind. Can you unmute yourself and tell them what a formula is? Because I'm going to be calling on you later. Marianne, are you available? Uh-oh.
Yes, sorry, my kids are they're being so loud, and I'm sitting here trying to write this as fast as I can, Mr. Breakthrough. Okay, so I got what? Something that works every time by everyone who works it in every situation that, and then I was just right
Every situation that they work it in. So
that
yeah,
they work it in.
there you go. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And all moms are super women because they got so,
Yes,
yeah, I
especially with a
appreciate.
5 and a 2-year-old.
Wow. Okay. All righty. All righty. Now, Annette, I know you're a little bashful, but Annette, can you come out and say what a formula is? Because by the way, congratulations, Annette actually introduced somebody and got someone started today. That's special to her. But Annette, are you available to tell us what a formula is? Annette, Annette Pimento. Let's see here. I may have caught her at a bad time. I'm trying to get some female participation up in here. Okay. Annette, are you out there? Can you hit unmute? Okay, I know. Charlotte, what about you, Charlotte? You're not bashful, I know.
I know, I'm not bashful. Okay, a formula, definition of a formula, it works every time in every situation by everyone who works it.
Come on now, there you go.
Yep.
All righty, all
There
righty.
you go.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All righty,
Yes,
Charlotte.
you are welcome.
Okay, so everybody, so that's what I'm giving you tonight. So it's a breakthrough formula. And again, my friends, something that works every time by everyone that works it in every situation that they work it in. So again, it takes away from all this. I don't have the personality. It takes away from, I don't have the degrees. It takes away from, I don't have the huge list. I don't have, stop all the I don't, my friend. And let me just give you these 3 S's to success. Number 1 is called swish. 3 S's to success. Number 1, if you can swish. Now, when we say swish, we're talking about using this amazing product, my friend. And all you do, it's amazing. You just put 2 capfuls in and you swish it, okay? And while you're swishing, let's see here. While you swish, Jenny, do you want to, Jenny, are you out there? I thought I saw you. Jenny, Jeannie, excuse me, from the Hawaii 5-0. Are you available for a minute? I'm going to have you say a word while I swish. I'm going to demonstrate what swishing is. Are you available out there? Or she may be out signing somebody else up if she is not available. Let's see here. All righty, all righty. Okay.
I am, but it's windy where I'm at, so.
Okay, well, I'm just going to do a short swish and just say a quick word because, you know, tell them where you are and what got you interested in this company.
Okay, right on. If you guys, I hope you can hear me okay, because I am
Mhm.
outside and the wind is blowing pretty hard. So I just came into Neumi about 3 months ago, just over 3 months ago. And the first thing I saw was the 30-minute webinar with Steve Scott. And that's all I needed to hear was I heard his heart, I heard his soul, I heard about the product, the technology, and because the natural health and healing and skincare is my profession for the last 25 years, I knew that this was just something unique and a breakthrough. So I ordered my product on a Monday. I received it on a Wednesday. And from the time I started swishing and spraying, I felt and saw a difference immediately. And I know this because I've been on professional skincare complete product line, and I've been on nutritionals, advanced nutritionals for at least, 15 to 25 years. I've been on these, a complete system. So I wasn't even looking for a product or a system like this because I thought I had the best. So for me to have the results that I had over and above what I was already doing, I mean, I was so impressed. So I started the business, right away from the time I signed up. And then after I actually felt and tasted the products, which have really no smell and no taste at all, I was, pleasantly surprised. And then I just went on from there. And it's just been an incredible ride. Who we
Awesome.
can help all across the world.
Yes.
And health wise, My skin results are absolutely incredible. And, I'll be honest, I've been for 15 years, I just turned 53 on and off. I had been getting cosmetic injections on and off for 15 years. And I actually had my last injection a month and a half before even starting this. And for me to go from day 1 to day 28, and it kept improving. I will never get a cosmetic injection ever again. Not to mention it's toxic, but that was my big vice.
Wow, wow, wow. Well, thank you. That's powerful. And so again, folks, if you can swish, you can succeed, okay? If you can swish, and I demonstrated, it's just taking 2 capfuls and swishing it in your mouth, and it goes underneath your tongue. And again, and then if you gargle, that's adding extra. Now, the company says for 30 seconds to a minute. I am an extremist. I do 3 minutes to 5 minutes. Matter of fact, this morning, my wife and I, we were walking around the neighborhood, 1.9 miles. I switched for about 5 to 6 minutes. So by the way, that allows her to talk. And so I'm the talker. She's kind of quiet, but that way she got to talk and I was just listening. So if you can swish, and by the way, you can't swish unless you what? Get the product, right? So if you're a guest, right? Here's the thing, it's a formula that works every time by everyone that works it and every situation they work it in. So if you're a guest, you get back to whoever invited you, get your package and start swishing. Because again, when you start swishing, this glutathione, which Dr. Oz says is, by the way, the superhero of antioxidants. The glutathione, my friend, is so powerful and so practical. Every single person, my friend, every single person deserves to be part of it. Once you hit 21, every 10 years after 21, your body is losing 10 to 15%, my friend, of that glutathione. So what does that mean, my friend? That means those of us in our 50s, and if you're like me in your 60s, that means there's a great deficit, my friend, and it's time to do what? It's time to get some glutathione in your system. So real quick, here's some benefits of glutathione. And again, this is nano-sized liquid form. So this is not some pill that you take and it gets destroyed in your system. No, 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 no. This is not even like the IV injections my wife and I would get with glutathione. It's very expensive. No, 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 my friend, this within 70 seconds. So here's some of the benefits. When you switch, some people notice an increase in energies. Anybody out there could use any energy? Hey, what about this? It slows down the aging process. See, the question is, would you like to get younger or stay younger longer or get older faster? That's not a trick question. Again, if you could choose, would you choose to get, let me switch it, older faster or stay younger and feel younger longer? And your answer, I'm sure, is to feel younger, stay younger longer. Well, guess what, my friend? Swishing will help. So I like to say swishing 2 to 3 times a day will keep low energy away. Hello, somebody. I said swishing 2 or 3 times a day will keep and back down the aging process. Glutathione, by the way, it helps to reduce muscle and joint discomfort. So swishing 2 to 3 times a day will keep joint discomfort away. Hey, swishing with glutathione, this nano-sized, listen, it strengthens the immune system. Dr. Oz says, we don't say this, we make no claims. Here's what we say. If you give the body what the body needs in the form the body can use it, the body will start to do what God designed it to do. Ooh, that was good right there. Can I say that again? I said, when you give the body what the body needs in the form the body can use it, the body then starts to do what God designed it to do. And according to Psalm 103, he says, who healeth all thy diseases. How does he do that? Through the immune system. See, when the body's in homeostasis or proper balance, then the body then can fix the problems and fix what's wrong. Well, one of the things that glutathione is going to help boost the immune system. And during this day, my friend, with all the different diseases, all the different situations, you want to have that extra protection. Yes, yes, or of course, yes. So guess what? You can swish your way to success, but you can't swish unless you first join, right? Hey, it detoxifies the liver and the cells. Wow, that's important. Guess what? It improves mental focus and clarity. Now, I had COVID last August, and I was still about twice a week, I was having that brain fog, right? And once I started swishing, my friend, listen, after about 15 days, the brain fog dissipated and went away. And so listen, my friend, if that alone I said I would be on this the rest of my life. By the way, it improves the quality of sleep. And how many times people, they don't understand, look, it's like one guy told me, he said, listen, if you go to sleep, but you don't get proper rest, and he said, it's like putting your car in the garage and pulling it back out of the garage, or taking it to the mechanic, brother, in the garage, mechanic's garage, and pulling it back out before he gets a chance to fix it. So when you rest, they used to say this, you are what you eat. Then they start saying, no, you are what you digest. And then they learn to say, you are what you assimilate. So it's not just what you eat. It's not just what you digest. It's what you assimilate into your system. And usually when you're sleeping is when the body breaks everything down to assimilate it into the system. However, with swishing, in 70 seconds, my friend, in 70 seconds. I don't know about you, that's awesome. That's incredible. Hey, by the way, glutathione, it not just improves the quality of sleep, it reduces the effects of stress. Now, is there anybody out there under any stress? Surely you're not, right? I mean, listen, some guy stopped me earlier today, he's like, he said, hey, do you have $1? Now, I didn't even have my wallet on me, and I don't know if most people, my wife got me, I used to carry cash all the time. Now my wife's got me not carrying cash that much. You know, it's like we use cards for just about everything, and it's better for business. But anyway, and I'd forgotten my wallet because I just was going just around the corner anyway. And the guy asked me for $1, and then I was like, no. And so I didn't get a chance to tell him I don't have my wallet. I don't have he started telling me off. And so you just think you got it all together. And I'm thinking, what kind of, you asked me for some of my money and you telling me off? But anyway, but you know what, my friend, there's stress everywhere. People, you're driving and people, but guess what, my friend, if you had something, because my wife always says, baby, just breathe. Just breathe, right? So, but something that lowers the stress. Hey, improves the skin. Oh my goodness, there's so many testimonials of it. And then athletic performance and recovery. I mean, just amazing. So if you can swish, and by the way, for extra credit, I'll say if you can sample, if you can swish. By the way, they have these sample bottles. James, I sent a sample bottle to a friend. He had COVID. He was in a hospital 78 days. I sent him one little sample bottle. Oh, there you go. And he started taking the sample. He started using it. I called him 4 days. I didn't know it was 4 days, but I called him, and it was 4 days he had been on this. I didn't know this. Here's what he said to me. Doc, you're not going to believe this, man. He said, man, I've been off my oxygen tank for 4 days. I was like, wow, that's great, man. I'm so glad for you. I'm happy for you. He said, no, you don't get it. I said, what? He said, it was 4 days ago I got that sample. He said, from the day I started taking it, I have not had to use my oxygen tank. Guess what? He ordered a $500 pack. And now he found out he could, sign his wife up and make 25% of what she, and so he's getting a $1,000 pack through his wife. Hello, are y'all hearing me? If you can swish it, but by the way, extra credit, this is not 1 to 3, this is extra credit, but the samples, right? So I always tell people, hey, get the welcome pack 1 if you're going to start the bet. Now I got the $1,000 pack. I highly recommend it because you get $250 with extra products. You get the travel portal, where you get discount on travel. By the way, you get the product Stephen K. Scott sells for about $600 or $700. Man, I would have bought this just for the mentoring alone, to be mentored by someone who's done over $4 billion on infomercials, and he's a kingdom-minded family man that has your best of interests in mind. So again, if you can, first S, if you can swish, you can succeed, okay? That's a formula. Formula is something that works what? Every time. But now, if you don't swish consistently, you won't see the result. Hello, I called somebody the other day. I said, hey, tell me about the results you're having. I don't say, hey, did it work for you? No. Hey, tell me about the results you're having. And he's like, well, yeah, it was working pretty good, but I stopped using it. I was like, you stopped, what? I just kind of got busy. It's kind of like Jim Rohn said, things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. So what I found out is sometimes we need to just check on some folks, right? But here's the thing. You've got to switch consistently. By the way, everybody is consistent. Write that down. Everybody's consistent. Just most people are consistent at being inconsistent. Hello, somebody. Everybody's consistent. Most people are just consistent at being inconsistent, so we can shift and help their consistency to be doing something that's going to change their life. So if you can swish, you can succeed. Number 2, if you can spray, the second S, if you can spray that Neumi skin, it's real simple, my friend. While I'm training, watch this. I'm spraying. Look how easy it is. You just spray, that's it. By the way, sometimes when I get out the shower, I spray my whole body. Now, again, I'm a wild man, and but again, I've learned to get paid, so it's like it's fun, it's okay. But if you're new, you might just you can back off a little bit. But at least your face. And by the way, women, once you wash up in the morning, you do this. Then when you put your makeup on, everything else, 3, 4, 5 times, you can spray. It goes right through the makeup, my friend. By the way, your skin is your largest organ. So understand this, everything you put on your skin is absorbed through the skin. That's why I never use antiperspirant. The first ingredient is aluminum chlorhydrate, my friend. And literally, that's why men are now getting breast cancer, because when you put that aluminum chlorhydrate, and by the way, Alzheimer's, that's heavy metal in the brain, by the way. And this, oh my goodness. Okay, I got to stop. I don't want to get, but this will help, my friend. This helps to pull that out of the system. Do you understand, my friend? This is so, if you can swish, you can be a success. If you can spray 3, 4, 5 times a day, anybody can do. See, guess what? You don't need a degree, a doctor's degree. You don't even need a master. You don't even need a bachelor. You don't even have to have a GED. It's just pull the top off and spray, right? But you can't spray if you don't have it. So get with the person that get talk to you. Make sure you get started. Okay, number 3, real quick. So now, if you can swish. Number 2, if you can spray. And here it is, number 3, if you can speak. If you can speak. Oh, you say, well, wait a minute. I heard somebody say that the public speaking, people scared of public speaking. Well, first of all, every time you speak, you're speaking in public. If there's anybody around, you're speaking in public. So anyway, but watch this. I'm gonna give you 3 things. Speaking. Okay, so first, if you can swish. Number 2, if you can spray. And I told you extra credit if you can sample, right? But then watch this. If you can speak. So let's do these 3. Break this down. Number 1, speak to yourself and your body. Speak to yourself in your body. See, the greatest book ever written says there's death, Proverbs 18:21, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Interesting, it says death first. Why? Because it's easier for people to speak death, to speak negativity instead of positivity. But you got to learn to speak. See, again, the greatest book ever written in Mark 11:23, whosoever shall, watch this now, say unto this mountain, an inanimate object. God says, speak to the mountain. Watch this. Whosoever shall say to this mountain, be thou removed, be thou cast in the sea, shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass. He shall have whatsoever he saith. And if you're a woman, she shall have whatsoever she saith. So watch this, my friend. Watch this. So speak to your body. My wife, she joking around with me. I was telling about how my eyesight started getting clear. I was like, baby, I have to see Chris, because my eyesight was blurry. It was getting real blurry. She said, baby, you gotta go see the doctor. Well, once Brian Roberts, and thank you, Brian, appreciate you calling. And Brian knew how to get me. He knows I don't just join companies, but if I can speak or train, that's all I got time for, right? And when Brian called, I said, dude, I'm taking like 14 different products from 6 different companies. I juice just about every single day, right? I exercise, so, hey, but you know what I found out? This turbocharges any other product that you're taking. So guess what? We don't have to fight with people. My product's better than your product. No. You know what? A lady the other day with a SIA product. And I was like, hey, would you like to turbocharge the results you get with your SIA? And she's like, sure. Well, guess what? I started telling her about this and she ordered. Are you with me, my friend? So again, what we have, write this down, that doesn't compete with anything else, but rather it complements, it will enhance, enable, and empower you to do whatever you do better. So I don't care what product, I was on 14 different health products, my friend. And by the way, this is not an end all be all. So I didn't cancel out the other ones. I'm still taking them. I want to make a whole lot of deposits into my health because, like I said, I had COVID last year in August. And so I was praying for now I call my wife my ABCD, adorable brown caramel delight. But I told her I'm praying for ABC. That's an anointed breakthrough comeback. And guess what? Using this product, I got it. I told her, baby, I feel like myself. And one of my demonstrations when I speak, if y'all don't know, some of you don't know, I'm a martial artist, retired as a heavyweight champion with Karate World Rating System. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can just do this here real quick. Bam, bam. So there you go. So you see a few little trophies there. So by the way, as a champion, I train champions. And so I like giving it everything I have. And that's what I do. Everything that I do, I give it everything I have. So I don't do a halfway. I go all the way, right? That's why, by the way, I tell people, I told somebody today, tell me yes, tell me no, tell me something quick, because I got to go.
Man.
I'm gonna say it again. Tell me yes, tell me no, tell me something quick, because I got to go. See, again, I got something so beautiful, so powerful. All I'm looking for is people that can swish, people that can spray, and people that can speak, and I can show them how to be a success. Come on now. So watch this. So you got to speak to yourself, speak to your body. So I have this prayer and I can send it to you. Thank you that the rejuvenating, revitalizing power of the Almighty God flows through my veins like a mighty river, vitalizing, transforming, and restoring every atom of my being so that every cell submits and dances to the rhythm of the resurrected Christ. So when I'm swishing, I'm not just swishing, I'm speaking. By the way, I got a short video that I created that people can watch while they swish to ensure that they swish at least a minute and a half. And I've got another one that's like 2 minutes. So you're watching something and learning a little bit, and we can send that to you as well if you like that or need that. And of course, you feel free to make your own. That's fine, And so that's all I do. I'm just a problem solver and a solution provider. And when I see things that are necessary that can help people, I just create them. Okay. So if you can swish, and everybody can swish if you have the product. If you can spray, everybody can spray if you have the product. And by the way, my friend, if you see some of the before and afters of people, it'll amaze. It's just absolutely amazing. But this is a training, so I got to move on. And I said, if you can speak, so speak to your body temple. This is a temple, by the way. So speak to it, my friend. As you're putting these products in, speak that they're going to change. Speak that they're going to be effective. Speak. I thank you that this NutraSwitch with this glutathione nano size is empowering me. It's going to cause me to sleep better. It's going to see. I was telling you earlier about I was having a little blurry vision, and after taking this product, my vision got crystal clear. And I told my wife, I said, baby, my vision's crystal clear. And so she starts laughing. And so she's like, baby, I'm just kind of joking around a little bit, but I kind of mean this a little bit, but I'm joking. I said, what? So we were laughing. I said, okay, what? She said, well, I think you people that do home-based business, I think y'all want stuff to work so bad. I think it's in your mind. I think it works because y'all want it to work. It's like in your mind. And so we were laughing. And I said, well, pray for me that it stays in my mind, because clear vision in my mind is better than blurry vision in my mind. Right? And by the way, but she's seen some of the other results, like for instance, the steps I would do, like in May, I did 189,000 steps. That's quite a bit of steps. But for June, I did over 500,000 steps after taking this product. Oh, by the way, it was a side effect. I burnt out my treadmill. I got to get a new treadmill. Right? So one lady, I got her to swish and spray, and she's like, now I know why you have so much energy. She said, it's not a jittery energy. She said, I normally take a nap every afternoon, but now I can't even take a nap. She said, this makes me want to work out. I said, exactly. See, instead of feeling like I have to work out, you can now want to. So again, if you can swish, if you can spray, and if you can speak. And everybody can speak. If you're scared of speaking in public, speak in private to your body, my friend. So speak to yourself, your body. Number 2, speak to God. Speak to God. Watch this. Oh, I wish y'all could get this. People ask me all the time, like for instance, for June, I was the #1 recruiter, and I was out visiting with Mr. Stephen K. Scott. My beautiful wife and I were out there, and he's like, man, my son tells me you're the #1 recruiter already. How long? Didn't you just join the business? I said, yeah, got my product on June the 2nd. And he said, so you haven't even been in the business 12 days. I said, that's right. But you're the #1 recruiter for the month. How'd you do that? I said, well, I practiced some of the principles that I wrote about in this book. but also listen carefully. But here's a secret. I pray. So watch this. So watch this now. I pray. So you want to speak, get this now, to yourself, to your body. Body, be healed. Body, get strong. See, speak love, speak peace, speak to your body, but then speak to God. And here's what I do. Lord, I thank you that you are bringing people from the east, the west, the north, the south. People #1, who've been touched by you. The Bible says, and what was Saul? A band of men whose hearts God had touched. Number two, people willing to be tied together. One to chase 1,000, two will put 10,000 to flight. So number three, we can transform the lives of many. All of us can do more than any one of us can do. Are you with me? So every day I pray. Again, I'm speaking to my body, myself, right? But I'm speaking to God and saying, God, thank you. Thank you that you're bringing people from the east to west, right? And then I say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord, that today and every day and every way hereafter, you're increasingly giving me more wisdom, knowledge, connections, favor, and the wherewithal to empower those under my jurisdiction and beyond, so that they can experience breakthroughs that would please you, profit them, and cause my family and I to prosper. So my wife and I, we say if it's not win-win-win, we're not in. But whenever it's win-win-win, we're all the way in. And I've never seen a business concept more win-win-win than this one right here. So my friend, but if you learn to speak to God, Lord, show me the Bible talks about a woman called Lydia. She was a seller of purple whose heart the Lord had touched. She was a businesswoman, but God touched and opened her heart. So Lord, show me the Lydias whose hearts are, I don't have time to try to convince people and to try to, no. Lord, show me the Lydias of purple. Lord, show me like the Ethiopian eunuch who was open and he just needed some guidance. And he said, Philip, go tell him, right? The guy was looking, he needed. So show me people, there are people like that. Lord, watch it down. I'm telling you how to become successful. If you can speak, again, who can swish? Everybody can swish. If you get the product, who can spray? Everybody can spray. Hey, who can speak? Everybody can speak. And by the way, if you can't even speak out loud, God doesn't even hear what comes from your lips. He only hears what comes from your heart. So guess what? Even if you can't verbally get anything out, in your heart, you could be calling out to God. Come on, somebody. Man, this is good. Okay. All right, watch this now. So you can speak to God. I say, Lord, bring people to my mind that I need to talk to, who you will already go before and prepare them so they will be ready. So when I speak, and Father, give me power. Now, see, this kind of messed me up because I've been an evangelist and I've been blessed to preach in all 50 states and 28 countries. And see, one of the things they taught me is you never get up to preach until you've spent time with God praying for God's power, praying for God's illumination, praying for the people that you're going to preach to, right? Well, then I say, I got in business. I'm like, well, why would I just do that when I'm preaching? Why not do that in business? I need that even more, right? And so guess what? So yeah, I kind of got an advantage because I've been doing this for, 48 years now as an evangelist. And I just switched it, say, okay, if I do that when I preach, let me do that in my business. And so I just pray, Lord, give me power so I can speak words so powerful that people can't resist. The Bible says Stephen, he had such power and such wisdom that they couldn't resist, right? And then, Lord, open up people's hearts. See, Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he turneth it whithersoever he will. Now, I know some said, man, I didn't get on here for a Bible study. Honey, this Bible study is going to cause you to break through and get success. You better get it. Come on, somebody. Watch this now. So I learned that, like one bishop one time, he said to me, he said, man, I just preach. I'm not budging off my preaching. He said, nah, I know you do both, but I'm just going, he said, but my wife, she's an attorney, but if you talk to her, if she says we can do this, this would be a good thing to do. But I'm gonna warn you, she's tough cookie now, but if she says it's okay, it's okay. 5 minutes of talking to her, 5 minutes, and she was in. The bishop said to me, what'd you do to my wife? I said, I did the same thing you taught. He said, what are you talking about? I said, don't you teach before you talk to people, before you preach? You got to pray? He said, yeah. I said, well, I prayed and said, Lord, you said if the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, the queen's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So turn her heart my way and help her to say yes, and open up her eyes and help her to be hungry for what I'm about to speak and say, and help me only to say what will get through to her. In 5 minutes, she's like, Dr. Breakthrough, I see it. I'm in with you. Are you with me, folks? Anybody can talk to God. God doesn't say, well, no, you can't talk to me. You're not a preacher. No, God doesn't say, you can't come to me. You don't have a GED. No, you can't come to me. You're not handsome enough. No, sir. No, ma'am. Anybody can come. So guess what? Anybody can succeed. Is this helping anybody other than me? Or is this just me? I don't know. Okay, I'm getting a little excited here, but okay. All right, so Mary Ann, real quick, I'm going to have you come out and give a quick testimonial because I want y'all to see Dr. Breakthrough. Here's what I tell people. Now, you can't write this. You ought to write it down, but I'm going to say it too fast. You can't. And again, now, when I wasn't swishing, I slowed down. But now that I'm swishing, my brain's working fast again. I can get back like, but I tell people your walk talks and your talk talks, but your walk talks louder than your talk talks. And your walk speaks so loud, I can't hear a word you say. Right? So I'm not a guy that just speaks. I'm a guy that practices what I say, right? And I want you to see now, God knew I was going to be speaking today. Early this morning, he gave me, wrapped this all up in a nice bow that I would speak tonight. And what did he do? He dropped a handful of purpose. Now, Marianne, can you come out for a quick minute? And so I put a post on Facebook, and here's the post, and I'm gonna have Marianne say a word. So I put the post and I said, the enemy cannot destroy your health without your, get this now, cooperation. So the enemy cannot destroy your health without your cooperation. And God will not restore your health without your participation. Now listen, I'm a spontaneous, my wife is strategic. So together we're strategic spontaneity, right? So I learned from my wife to be a little strategic. So I knew when I posted this, first I prayed, I posted, said, Lord, let the people that need this and let it attract some people, Lord, and the ones that respond, but Lord, bring people to, and guess what? Marianne, and again, she's married to a pastor, Dr. Brett Watson, and she's a prophetess herself, but she responded. And so I responded back, and then the Holy Spirit spoke to my mind. You know how you say something said? Well, I learned to say, they ain't something, that's someone, right? And said, give her a call. Remember, I prayed that morning, Lord, who should I call and prepare? So Marianne, real quick, what happened when I called you?
Well, you called me, your number came across my phone. I'm like, oh, there's Dr. Breakthrough. But the crazy thing is that I've been in network marketing for probably over 11 years. Has been something that I love. I love to help people. I love to help people in, their health and empower women. And, it's just something that I'm very, very passionate about. Health is something I've always been passionate about. And, so I've been a part of a lot of companies, and in the last week, Dr. Breakthrough, I've just been really asking the Lord, what do you want me to do? There's all these different companies out there. There's a new strip company out there that just came out, and it's, there's just some companies that are very flashy. People want things instant. They want instant gratification. They don't want to have to work. They don't have to do anything. They don't want to have to, increase their mindset. They don't want to have to, make themselves uncomfortable. And so I've really just been praying, that the Lord would show me and give me a product that is, something that would work right away, but something that would impact somebody's life, would truly, help them in their health and in, their health journey. And so when Dr. Breakthrough called me and told me about this, I was like, okay, Lord, this must be it. And so, and I know about glutathione. I've been with a company that, activates pathways in your body and does things with glutathione, but I've always known about glutathione, and I know that it's very powerful antioxidant. It's very important in your body. It's one of the most important things in this day and age that we're living in right now. The sickness, COVID, all of this crud that's going away, that they're bombarding our bodies every single day and putting things in our foods and putting things in our air, and it's killing our bodies and killing our cells. This product is so important, and glutathione is so important. So I am so excited to just share this with the masses. I love the fact that it's instant, that you can feel results right away, but then know that it's truly doing something in your body that is going to help you, is going to help you now, but also help you in the future, and help you be the best that you can, be. And so we need to thrive, and we need to survive, especially in this day and age. We've got work to do for the kingdom. And so we have got to make sure that our bodies are thriving and our bodies are the best that they can possibly be, because we have got some major work to do.
Wow. Well, thank you very much. And folks, so did you hear that? See, I was praying, but guess what? She was praying. Y'all see how this works? And not only did she sign up, but Marianne, did you sign someone else up today? And the person that you signed up also signed up someone. And you just got started this evening, right?
Yeah, I've got 3 others that are getting ready to sign
Oh,
up
come on, somebody.
when I
Wait a
get
minute, wait a
off
minute.
here.
Okay, wait a minute. Stop for a minute. Stop for a minute. Stop. Before y'all start saying, oh, well, you're Dr. Breakthrough. No, I'm swishing, I'm spraying, and I'm speaking, my friend. I speak to my body. I speak to God. He speaks to other people, and I ask him to lead me those people. He led me. Listen, there's a pastor's wife yesterday. I think she's on her, Sister Priscilla. Are you on here, Sister Priscilla? I think she's on here. I don't know if she wants to unmute herself. She's married to a bishop as well. Sister Priscilla, are you from South Africa?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. So just real quick. So I was praying and you were praying and I called you yesterday. Is that right? Was it yesterday?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And how did we meet? Was it through Facebook?
Yeah.
You inboxed me and said, hey, what's going on? Because I do these different posts and you asked a question and you said, can you call me? You asked me, could I call you? I called you and we started talking. You got your husband on the phone who's a bishop. We talked and then you got started, right?
Yes.
And you said, hey, I'm part of another company. I said, that's okay. I said, I'm part of several companies. Matter of fact,
yes.
And I said, but guess what? I said, this will turbocharge whatever else you're doing.
Yes. I was looking for glutathione. I've been on glutathione for a while, and the way I discovered glutathione is because I had hypothyroid, and I started to use a certain tablet that had glutathione, and I wasn't aware of it. But I do a lot of research and things like that. And when I got to the doctor, he said, your thyroid looks like it's improving a little, and I was wondering why. But then when I went back to him, he said it's going backwards again. But then I started to look for something better, and I wanted something in a liquid form. And I'm thinking, can you get glutathione in a liquid form? And then suddenly, when you go on Google will always pop up stuff through Facebook. And as I go through Facebook, glutathione popped up, and it's another company, and I thought, I don't want to do this. And so somebody, something told me, look at their comments, and there was a guy on there that spoke to another person. I don't know if they know each other, and he mentioned Neumi, right? That's how you say the name, right? Sorry, I'm new with it.
Neumi.
And Neumi, and he said, well, he criticized glutathione. He said, no, that's not true. You've never tried Neumi yet. And he said, an 84-year-old friend of his is working it, and he's in good shape ever since he's used it. He sleep better, his brain is functioning better, and everything. And I asked the guy, I said, okay, and I looked it up, and I said, who's this guy that you're talking about? Who referred him and everything? And he said, I don't know, but here's the link. So I prayed and I asked the Holy Spirit to reveal to me who I need to sign up with, because I didn't want to just sign up with anybody. And, I want somebody that's knowledgeable. And secondly, I really wanted somebody that can train me as well if I join a new company. And then I went through YouTube, and suddenly who pops up? Breakthrough. And I listened to him. I saw all these declarations he's making. I say, thank you, Jesus. I like this. I like the fact that you ministering also to people while you're promoting a product, because a lot of companies don't allow that. And that caused me to connect with, and I actually, as a matter of fact, I didn't tell you this, sir. You had 4,999 people on there, and there was one left to add, and I was that last one. And I knew it was God. And then you end up, and I said, and I told my son, I seen this guy. He said, Mom, check if it's legit. And my son is 34 years old now, and he's in the industry, and he'll always, Mom, you know how they copy these stuff on Facebook? I said, son, I feel in my spirit, this guy's legit. Wow. And I said, I'm going to text him. If he texts me back, I'm going to know. But then he didn't just text me back. He sent me a voicemail. And I'm like, this guy is something else. And I told my husband, I said, you know what? I think this guy is genuine. As a matter of fact, when you were talking now, I let him see you, I let him listen to you. I put it on mute and on, no video. And so I let him listen to you. And I said, you know what, I like him. I like his spirit. And I like the fact that he cares about people. And so that's how I got into it. So the glutathione is a phenomenal product for people that don't know. And I feel in my spirit, this product is going to work well. And it penetrates faster because when you put it in your mouth and it goes through your veins, even under your tongue, it goes quicker through your bloodstream. That's what I've learned over the years. And and I like it. And I'm just appreciative that I can be part of the company. And also, when I signed up, he said, I'm going to do something for you. And can I mention that?
Yeah. Well, okay, let me tell them real quick because my time is running out. I apologize.
Okay.
And I can't do this for everybody, y'all. So please.
Okay, so just okay. I'll leave that alone.
Yeah. So, but she put me on the phone with her husband. She had some questions or whatever, which fine. And so I wanted to put him at ease. And so I told him about first of all, the 30-day money back guarantee.
Yes.
But here's the thing though. So I told her, I said, hey, if you get started, I'll put 3 people underneath you. Now listen carefully. If you get started at, now customer, I can't do that with. Preferred customer, I can't do it. But with a person that signs up as a member, which by the way, I had a guy sign up as a customer, got 1 bottle, it was $73. I called him, I said, hey man, you could have got two bottles for 100. He's like, are you serious? So I 3-wayed him into the company. That's called a clue right there. I 3-way people in. I 3-wayed him into the company. And he switched from being a customer for getting 1 bottle for $73 altogether to get 2 bottles, $100. So anyway, but I told her, I said, hey, listen, I said, I can't do this for everybody, but I tell you what, you sign up today, I'm going to put 3 people underneath you by the end of the day because I got other people coming aboard. I know I'm going to sign up. Well, I didn't tell her I already had 3 people in my holding tank, but I knew I had 3 others coming that day. So what, Priscilla, tell me if I'm lying, I'm dying. Was it within 5 minutes that you had how many people underneath you?
Less than that, I would think. I think it was less than that.
Exactly. So as soon as she signed up, I put those 3 people underneath her. Okay. So again, we can't do that for everybody, but there's times we can do this, but I can tell you this, when you're connected with somebody who's practicing the principles that I'm teaching you and grab hold of this formula. And the reason I want you to hear that testimony from Mary Ann, because the Spirit of God gave me this today and I got to, man, I'm way over. Oh, I apologize, y'all. But here's the thing. Stories are told, but testimonials have documentation and they create and cause people to be sold. Oh, let me say it again. Stories is just something that's being told, but a testimonial with documentation is something that literally creates people to be sold, right? And so we got these before and after pictures and so forth. But I wanted you to hear from Sister Priscilla. Again, she's praying, I was praying. So you say, well, I don't pray real good. Prayer, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. Say, Lord, teach me to pray. Lord, help me to pray is just ask. The word prayer means ask. So listen carefully. The Bible teaches you have not because you ask not. Write this down. Dr. Breakthrough said that will never apply to him. Seriously, write that down. Come on now. James 4:2 at the end of the verse. You have not because you ask not. That will never apply. I'm going to ask. You're going to have to tell me no. Tell me yes. Tell me no. Tell me something. I got to go because somebody out there is praying. Somebody wants to switch and spray and speak and succeed. Somebody's looking for this. Somebody, I just got to find out who they are. I can't spend my time like people in network marketing keep trying to kiss the frog. You got warts all over your lips and you still, honey, that thing ain't changing. Let it go. Find somebody who will. Okay, I got to stop, but I'm going to be teaching y'all things on this Thursday night. Matter of fact, we may go do Tuesday and Thursday because I think I'm going to take my how to build a big team fast. There's 7 main principles, and I'm going to take a week each, 20, 25 minutes each, and take y'all through this. So, and it'll be good if you get the book, but then I'll take you through this so at least you can learn this. So I'll be teaching some very practical things as well, but we think we'll do that. So, but I need to make sure you all are interested and you'll show up. Okay. Now, by the way, both of these cases, guess what I did? Tuesday and Thursday. Now they just changed it. It used to be every day, Monday through Friday. Now it's just Tuesday and Thursday, 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern. Stephen K. Scott does a stellar presentation live. The man has done over $4 billion in infomercials. He's willing to work for you and I. So I put Marianne on that. I put Sister Priscilla on that, my friend, and they watch that presentation. By the way, in your app, you can download the app and you can send a shortened one of that and another full one, but it's all through the app. And once you join, go in your app store. And so again, I close with this. If you can swish, if you can spray, if you can speak to your body, speak to God, and lastly, speak to people. Speak to people. Now, you can speak through your phone, through texting them, right? You can speak through Facebook Messenger. You can speak, my friend, and just ask people. These three, I'm done with this. I did this earlier with Sister Marianne. And I'm gonna close out. And see, Annette, are you available? Can I ask you these questions? Let's see, Annette, are you available yet? Let me see here.
Yes, I had gone walking.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hey, I see you, those beautiful grandchildren. So Annette, can I ask you a few simple questions, please?
Yes.
Okay, number one, if you had to make a choice, what would you choose? To be healthier, to be wealthier, to be wiser, or all three?
All three.
Okay, great. That's exactly what I said. Now, would you like all three to be healthier, wealthier, and wiser? Would you like to do that sooner or later?
Sooner.
Okay, and then how soon is soon to you?
Yesterday.
There you go. Man, I'm talking to the right person. I've been looking for somebody like you. And so anyway, but folks, if you can speak to people, ask people those questions, you can text it to people and see what they reply back. Would you like to be healthier, wealthier, wiser, or all three? If they text back all three, then text back, would you like all three sooner or later? They text back sooner. You text back, how soon is soon to you? Many of them are going to say like Annette, yesterday, right now, whatever. You know, one guy said next week, he knew where I was going. Next week, that's when I get paid, right? But anyway, but then I just send them to the 2 o'clock Central, 3 Eastern, and they have other presentations. But if not close enough to a Tuesday or Thursday, through the app, I send them one of the presentations. Especially, I like that one of Stephen K. Scott, about 17 minutes going through the whole program. So folks, again, it's that simple. The 3 S's to success. If you can swish, this is like Batman and Robin. This works from the inside out. This works from the outside in. If you can swish, spray, and speak, you can succeed. And my desire for each one of you is for you to succeed beyond your wildest dreams. So show up every Thursday. Let me train and teach. We'll see as many Thursdays as we can go. And then for a while, we may do Tuesday and Thursday to go through those, get through those 7. But I trust that this has blessed you, and I trust it'll be an inspiration to